Namaste, gods, goddesses, and the emissaries of light. This is Dr. Tyann Krumpa, and if you are new to my channel, please like, subscribe, and do not forget to hit the notification bell so you can be updated on my latest and my current videos. Welcome. If you are new to my channel, please do not forget to hit that like button and that subscribe, because I don't want you to miss out on these videos, because let me tell you, these videos are very informative and it will help you on your journey spiritually if you are a twin flame or a soulmate. All right, you guys. First of all, I am just really excited about this event, Reclaim Your Power. I know you guys hear me talk about it all the time, but if you only knew how powerful and dynamic that you are, and that you will become even more of by tuning in to this event, then you will understand and understand why I talk about it so much, because it is nothing like anything that you have seen or heard. This is hidden esoteric knowledge, hidden information from the hidden realms of the spiritual realms that I am sharing with you guys live in person. All right. Thank you and shout out for everyone that has already signed up that I will be seeing in October. And also for those of you that have been ordering the Kit Karma Asprey, the Feminine Power, the Lasso of Truth, my tarot cards, my readings, my healings, my workings. Thank you so much, because you just don't know how much work and how much time I put into all of those things, so I could be a source of help to you in your ascension process. So we are all here to help one another. When I started the journey, I had no help. Okay. And I'm just letting you know that it's a big deal to have that muscle here on earth as that strength to help you along the way, because there were times where I experienced the dark night of the soul and I didn't know how I was going to snap back from it. Okay. I didn't have, they had readers back then, but not as much as we have available now. And even still, not as knowledgeable as those that are now springing forward and being the light that's being casted upon all of us in these dark times. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and spray the Kit Karma Asprey, so I can be a vessel and open for you. Do you see what my daughter brought me? She brought me back 3 feathers from the park yesterday. She was like, "Mommy, I know that you like to collect things like this, so I brought you back 3 feathers." And she was so happy. I'm so glad that I have children that are spiritually inclined and know the meaning behind things. All right, without further ado, everyone, let me go ahead and call in some help and get right into your juicy reading. I call in air, fire, water, earth, spirit, and ether. And I also call upon the highest of the highest of the high, which is Yod-He-Vav-He, who will be able to give me the information that is necessary for this beautiful reading in all directions, time and space, past, present, and future. And so it is. All right, everyone. This is the Divine Masculine read. The top part is Divine Feminine's energy. The bottom half is Divine Masculine's energy. I'm going to do a little bit of cartomancy today, okay? When I first started off, that's what I used to do. I used to do tarot and cartomancy together. I like cartomancy. I love tarot, but I love cartomancy just because it's more detailed, like even down to the point where it could tell you if something's going to happen tomorrow, next week, or even next month. And it really is good at giving you more specifics. And I realized, you guys, I'm going to be quite honest with you. I used to ask myself, well, how in the hell was I getting 10,000 views, 15,000 views on my old videos? And I don't get that anymore. Duh. I realized that I use cartomancy, and so my predictions were like on-time predictions. And with tarot, it's pretty fluid, okay? Not only, is it fluid, but with tarot, when you're channeling, you can even channel something that has already passed, something that has already happened, or you can channel something that is currently going on in someone's present life, or you can channel what is going to happen in the future. So it's past, present, and future. But with cartomancy, it always speaks of what is either going on right at that moment or what is about to happen in the immediate future, which is probably the reason why I got more viewers then, because things were instantly happening and people were chiming in because they was wanting to know what was going to happen next. And so through channeling with my angels and my guides, they answered my question. Well, you use cartomancy at the beginning. You're not using cartomancy now. And so some of the things that you are channeling for people have been things that have already happened, or there are things that are like in the distant future that hasn't happened. But I can guarantee you that for those of you that are chiming in, this is going to happen in the either immediate future, or this is presently going on right at this now moment. It may not be for all of you, but for the large majority of you, because I know this. I know my art. I know my craft. I know what I do. I've been doing it for quite some time now. I'm not, an amateur at this. But without further ado, let's get into the DF's energy. All right. So with the Three of Spades, in cartomancy, this denotes the same as it does in tarot with the Three of Swords. Okay. It represents heartbreak. It represents conflict, tears, and painful separation. And it also signifies angry words, grief, and rejection. I feel like divine masculine, your divine feminine that you are connected to, this is the energy of what she has felt. She's felt, dejected by you, rejected by you, and has really lost faith in your capabilities of being faithful or fidelity, you see. And now with this focused pain, I feel like the suffering between the two of you have magnified because of the unexpectedness of it all. I don't think that you really sought out to hurt her, okay? In your defense, I believe that there was just fated events, things that were meant to happen that you had no control over, not because you couldn't control it, but because you didn't have mastery over self at that moment. And so you kind of gave in to temptation. I mean, it's just plain and simple. You also have the foundation. It wasn't a stable one. It was a rocky foundation with the Three of Swords. 3 represents foundation. I feel like the foundation was weak from the beginning. It just wasn't strong. And it could be because you introduced third-party energies into the relationship from the very beginning. The way that you start a situation is the way that it ends. You can't bring in third-party energy and expect for your strength of the relationship to be strong. It doesn't work that way. Okay? And I feel like right now, divine masculine, it's time for you to try to put things into perspective in order to not feel betrayed by your divine feminine at this moment, because right now the situation is just not conducive, you see. With the 9 of Pentacles, which is here with the diamonds, the 9 of diamonds represents the 9 of Pentacles. I feel like this person, your divine feminine, is not focused on love right now. I mean, she is, but she isn't. It's kind of like she's teeter-tottering between the two because she's been so hurt by it, but she has everything that she can possibly want at this moment financially. Okay. And I believe that's where her focus is. I feel like her mental focus is on her finances. And, that's just where she is at this now moment. And the situation and the tables can turn. But I mean, this has just been a messy ordeal from the very beginning, and you know it. And so I feel like this person is seeing other people. I feel like this person has finally found the strength and the courage, which is represented by the 8 of Wands, because you have the Eight of the Eight of Spades, which is called the Eight of Wands, Eight of, Fans, whatever. But I would advise you not to look at it as this person betraying you, because this person, I feel like they waited on you long enough. I feel like they waited on you as long as they could. And also the Eight of Clubs also announces a professional success for one of your family members. Somebody is about to, in your family, they're about to get like a promotion or something, or, some type of event that's going to happen in their life that is going to catapult them to the next level. But there's also going to be a setback, and they're also going to encounter some difficulties. So it's a good time for you to try to be, as much as you possibly can, available for this person or persons, because it says relatives. So, without being too drawn into their storm, if that makes sense. It also can represent the fact that you thought that the divine feminine was trying to block you or stop you from becoming your very best, but in reality, she was your catalyst to having it all. And you're just now seeing this. But it may be a little bit too late for some of you. Not all of you, because remember, this is a general reading. But I feel like for some of you, yeah, the divine feminine had waited long enough, okay? And with the Eight of Wands, she's wanting to aim at something that's more tangible, something that is more lucrative, something that is more solid. Okay, so whether the relationship with this person or not is a new relationship, or you've known this person for many, many years, for another group of you, this represents a rush in for love and excitement and sex and passion. I feel like it's a sign that the relationship is moving forward at great speeds, and that you and your partner are jumping in with both feet, basically. And this person has waited on you for as long as they could. And I feel like for some of you, they're still waiting. Okay. And this is just, a general reading, because I'm channeling and I am gaining information as I get it from the ethers. And I feel like the divine feminine that is associated with your last group, even though she is still here waiting, I feel like she has one foot in the relationship still, and the other one out the door. So she's half in. I don't feel like she's like 100% gung-ho on the relationship anymore. Okay? I feel like this person is testing the waters now. I feel like they still love you in their heart, but they have mind over heart now when it comes to love and the affairs of love. They're no longer, swimming in a sea of emotions when it comes to you. I feel like this person has a little bit more balanced energy. I feel like they have strong mental focus, and that they have strong mental power, and they're no longer in their feelings. They're no longer, wearing their heart on their sleeve per se. They're more focused on like their life goals, and not really the manifestation of this relationship like they used to. And I feel like in times past, they concentrated on this relationship so much that it threw them literally off balance. Okay. But now I feel like this person is gaining a footing. They're gaining a healthy equilibrium in the affairs of the heart. And they're no longer chasing after their ghosts of the past. You represent that for them. You represent being the ghost of the past for them. Okay. Your person is very focused on the future and every aspect of it, and just not love, not just one thing, not trying to bring one thing into fruition. The Jack of Hearts represents your lover. You and this person are best friends. You and this person are like the ideal mate, the power couple that people talk about. And the Jack of Hearts is the 11th card in the deck, and it is associated with Pisces energy. This is also known as the Christ card of sacrifice, because Normally people in this energy, whether it's male or female, they become the sacrifice. Okay. They are the ones that do everything at everybody else's expense and don't listen to their own intuition. They do not listen to their own inner voice. But just remember that what doesn't kill you is supposed to make you stronger. So, with their kindness, their sweethearted nature, if this is a woman, that could be a mother or sister or any other Venetian guide and influence that the Jack of Hearts have, they also learn from their sacrifice. And they know that it can lead to immeasurable blessings and also broad-mindedness to understanding and having compassion for people, you see. So the Jack of Hearts can climb to the ranks of greatness, bestowing the unique perspective upon the masses. So this person can also be an influential person, and they can have influence over a crowd or a mass of people. And many Jacks of Hearts are not karmically ready to fulfill their high calling, because there is a strong calling put on these people in their life. And it may not just be something that they're ready for in this lifetime, okay? Take what resonates, but this is only for a small group of you, not all of you. But some of you are not ready to take on what you incarnated for. And I'm speaking to the divine feminines at this time, whether you're male or female. You see. So the Jack of Hearts is also known as the emotional tyrant, willful, with a heavy case of martyr complex. You're willing to sacrifice yourself. Again, you have that Christ savior attitude. You know, I'll do it. I'll kill myself for this relationship. Oh, I'll sacrifice myself for my family. And just be careful for those that are chiming in, that are cross watchers, that are listening, because that rarely leads you to happiness. As a matter of fact, it leads most of you into depression and heavy drinking. So just to give you a couple of like famous Jack of Hearts, you have Arnold Schwarzenegger and Shania Twain as an example of that. All right. So with that being said, you also have the Four of Hearts, which is also known as the Four of Cups. It actually can refer to negative feelings. You know, the way that you feel about the world. It also can indicate short-term situations and indicate a betrayal that is about to happen. My advice to you, Divine Masculine, is that your person may experience a betrayal in love according to cartomancy. Let you not be the one to inflict such a betrayal upon this person. I feel like there's been a lot of this from you towards this individual. And this person also can be in the, rest and rejuvenation mode. I feel like your person on the bright side of this is a natural empath. They are highly attuned to emotional climates around them and the environments around them, and they tend to address their feelings and needs of others before their own. They are very loving and devoted and dedicated to others as a unique expression of this card. And so this person, they are able to draw people in with their charisma. They are able to find suitors left and right, okay? Which can make it pretty competitive for you, Divine Masculine. People with this type of energy, they rarely stay single for long. And I think you knew that. I don't think you really added up the cost before you left. All right? And if this person is single, just trust and believe it's usually by choice. It's not because they have to be. And the downside is that they can be a little bit codependent, and they can have a love for control over others, which can pretty much take them down a slippery slope at times. But when they find balance and they learn to find this balance, they are able to be there for the needs of those, of others and themselves. And they're able to be balanced and find a healthy balance between the two. Okay. This person right now, they're self-sufficient. they are able to culminate whatever they want to bring into fruition. This indicates a growth that is happening between you and this person. You guys are both growing exponentially, whether it's spiritually, professionally, mentally. Take what resonates. You also have the Eight of Hearts. And it relates to the infinite and to the unoperable marks left by the individual on their path of life. And in Cartomancy, the Eight of Hearts is linked to two people that are within union. And it evokes infinite love and feelings. Infinite possibilities are here to support this union. And nothing is concrete or set in stone, okay? All things can change with the natural cycles of life, which is what the 8 stands for, which we know that the 8 on its side is the affinity sign. I feel like there's infinite possibilities between you and this individual, okay? Not even the sky is the limit when it comes to your love. Your love is limitless. Your love is infinite. It's boundless. It cannot be contained. And I think a lot of people try, when they have this type of love, which is real love, they try to box it, they try to contain it, and they try to control it. But when you start learning to go in the natural ebb and flow of love and life within itself, that is when you are able to bring forth those blessings and those things that people call miracles. But when you try to resist and stop it, you create for yourself just the opposite: chaos and turmoil. Okay. Now you have the Queen of Spades. With the Queen, you know what? Let's go back to the before we talk about like the natural cycles of life and things like that, let's go back to the Nine of Diamonds, because I don't really believe that I touched on that. And Spirit is telling me to mention it. All right? Because I didn't go into great lengths. It can be a lateness and a conclusion of an affair. It could be some unseen events that are about to take place that you or this person is about to face. And it can just be like a bad time that both of you are enduring at this moment. But the energy of the Nine of Diamonds, it means that the person that you're connected to, which is the divine feminine, is very practical, friendly, reliable, trustworthy. They're enthusiastic, they're stable in their life. But just like you, he or she can be stubborn at times. Okay, take what resonates. But Spirit wanted me to go over that before I moved on. Now let's go back to the Queen of Clubs. This is always a positive and strong-willed person, okay? This person, again, is practical and decisive in their application of knowledge. And they have like an insatiable thirst for knowledge. This person is always seeking out opportunities to learn. But they are impatient a little bit and intolerant of ignorance and mental laziness in others. And they don't take any nonsense. They're like a nonsensical type of person. They don't put up with that. This person can be very mature, over the age of 35. Take what resonates. Or they can be under the age of 35. Okay? But 35, for whatever reason, is coming to my mind. There is a downside. There's always an up and a down, right? There's always black and white, a negative and a positive. For the women that are the Queen of Clubs, they're not domestic. They don't know the meaning of what it means to be subservient. Okay? Let alone how to play the part. The male Queen of Clubs, although seldom lacking in sympathy, needs to learn to handle their tempers. But both are natural leaders in any profession that they follow. So whatever they choose to do in life for their career profession, they execute it and they execute on it properly. All right. And many people look up to people like this. All right. So besides their deep and sometimes obsessive urge for a personal love, yes, they can become obsessive sometimes when it comes to looking for love. The Queen of Cups craves financial success for the respect that it brings. Remember, this can be male or female. They are generous and good spenders and prefer to make money by their own efforts. And again, romance is not the top of their priority list right now. They welcome it, but it's just not at the top of the list. And it could be divine masculine because of past experience. Past experiences are indicative of future behaviors. So if I'm continuously pouring into a situation and I don't see any results, why would I continue to keep pouring into an empty situation? It doesn't make sense. So for this person right now, I think they're just pretty much focused on their coins. All right. So you got the 8 of spades. All 8s exude power. But the 8 of spades is the 8 of the 8s and the cards of life. So what that means is this. Again, you're dealing with a very strong-willed and determined person. And this 8, it can move mountains if it suits them, whether it is in health, healing, or work. I feel like this person, they left their mark on you. And this is why it's so hard for you to get over them. And I feel like it wasn't as easy as you expected that it would be. And it will not be neither, because the connection that you and this person have is off the chart. It's off the charts. It's undeniable. It's undeniable love. Let's go ahead and get into your energy, because we pretty much milked everything that we could from the divine feminine and where she is right now. I don't think that she's willing to take a risk on this love, but she still loves you, but she's still on the fence about it just because of some of the things that have went down. Okay. Some of the outworkings of the relationship wasn't always met in her favor. Divine masculine, you are in the King of Cups, which is good. You're mature masculine. You are now at this place where you've mastered your emotions. Okay. Which means energy and motion. And so you're able to give her the stability that she's looking for in love. Now you also have the Knight of Swords, which represents you wanting to take fast action towards her like a speed demon. Okay. You're wanting to go after her full throttle. And I feel like for a lot of you, you're going to do that really soon. I just feel it. I feel that you're like going to be hasty about making this decision because you feel like it's the best decision that you could ever make because you waited long enough, right? And with the King of Wands, as a mature masculine that you are, you cannot deny the power, the passion with the love that you make. It's dynamic, it's alive, it's magical. There's a very strong attraction still between the two of you. And as you can see, this is you, divine masculine, that is upholding your divine feminine. And you're here to support the energy of the love and to rekindle the fire between the two of you. The 8 of Wands, it represents your manifestation of this and the speed in which you want it to manifest. You want this relationship to happen like now and now, okay? And even yesterday would have been too late because that's just how fast of results that you want. Right now, you're making headway. Some of you are going to travel back to your divine feminine. And this card also represents the flow, like the natural flow and the order of things. I know you realize that things happen in divine timing, but you are part of that divine timing by bringing yourself into a vibrational resonance and alignment of what it is that you want. I feel like you were your own worst enemy in this situation because bringing the third party energies into this situation has not helped. And it's created more of a mess. I feel like divine feminine used to ride for you, okay? And now you're only wanting this relationship and this connection because you feel the absence of her presence, like she's no longer writing for you anymore. And so you're making sure that all of your irons that you have in a fire, you're making sure that they all hit the mark. You're not going to miss this, which is also determined by the King of Wands. You're wanting to make sure that every iron that is in that fire is going to hit its intended purpose in which you set it out for in order for you to accomplish union with your divine femme. You're not going to let anything get in the way. You're not going to let outside influences get in the way. You have the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands energy, it announces arrival of some kind. Okay. You see that person that is back there, and then you see these two people. Okay. This is about sacrifice, because this person back there is about to make a sacrifice. That person is you. You are going to have to make certain sacrifices in order for you to be able to move toward divine feminine. It's not going to be as easy as you want it to be, but nor did you expect it to be. You kind of knew intuitively that there was going to be some kind of resistance that you were going to be met with. There were going to be some kind of disturbances, because you have to now literally uproot your life in order for you to have this new beginning. And that is your sacrifice. This is your old life. It could be a new life that you started, but it's old because it's old in the sense that this life no longer serves you. And so that life is what has to be sacrificed, you see, because that life has to be brought to an end, because that is the disturbances that was keeping the two of you apart, you see. This card heralds the gathering of people. There is strength in numbers, okay? So this also represents the power and purpose of the whole relationship. All right? This is about celebration, stability, happiness, freedom. You're definitely going to be traveling back to divine feminine, because again, this card is about arrival, okay? Or you could be, excuse me, at this place where you finally came to the arrival, where you finally realize that divine feminine is not the sacrifice, but your current life and the illusion that you've built for yourself around your current life. That's the sacrifice. But in the end, you win. No matter what, you win, because you have removed the illusion. You have the Three of Pentacles, which also is a good sign. The Three of Pentacles, it defines who you are, and it's about salvation. It's about sacrifice again. It's about foundation. It's about being open and opening yourself up to letting others into your life to create the stability that you crave. Everything that you've always wanted, everything that you always needed is found in divine feminine. But it was like it was hidden because you were unable to see that she was your dream come true. She was your wish fulfillment. You craved this and you wanted to receive this in others, but it was missing because they did not hold that essence of what you were looking for. And not everyone can do things alone. Some things have to be done together. Okay, so it's time for you to say yes to collaborating and coming together on projects with your divine feminine, and just be in the combination of things with one another. There could be some type of engagement for marriage. You could be proposing to this person, or just wanting to give your divine feminine a fresh start and a new stable foundation. But whatever the case is, this is about contracts. This is about beginning something new. All right. And again, threes are about foundation. So it's time for you to build something new with the one that you love. I feel like you've been trying to build with people who weren't even worthy to even hold a tool in your foundation of life. But yet, through trial and error, You have learned a great deal. You have learned through your own experiences that certain things and certain people just can't be sacrificed. Now you have the Knight of Cups. I feel like this person represents the ideal romance that you and this person basically have. You guys have a very deep love for one another. I feel like there's a charm. There's poetry. There's poetry that you guys exchange back and forth between one another. Okay? Whether the two of you write poetry or one of you write poetry, there is some type of poetry or love for poetry that is in this connection, or a combination of both. I feel like you guys love to say sweet nothings to each other through text. And if you're not doing these things now, okay, if this is not currently happening, it has happened in the past, okay? But it's about romantic seduction and charm. And I feel like you're now realizing that there is no replacing this person. No one can match your intensity of love more than she did. Or should I say, more than she does. I feel like she made your love cups overflow with so much potency and so much magnetic energy that this person's presence was felt. But now that they are absent from your life, it makes you appreciate this person even the more so. Because I feel like their absence is felt even more stronger. Both of you are up at night, thinking about each other, playing out worst case scenarios. If you get back together, what's the worst that can happen? But you really both need to change your perspective and think about what's the best that can happen, the best case scenario. Because all of that in which has already taken place is behind you. It's behind you now. It's time for, with the new moon, to embrace what is and forget about what was. You have the power. You are a musician. You have a sense of your emotions, and it's time to stop being lost in the emotions of love and to use your psychic powers and your imagination in order to manifest this union again. Stop dreaming about it and be about it. You're not a dreamer. You are an achiever. And there's a big difference. In your musician power, you are a great magician indeed. You have come to master your emotions, your spiritual side of yourself, your intellectual mind, and your physical presence, which is represented by the earth. It is now time for you to start putting all of those things that you have learned along the way into practice. Because again, the one that used to ride for you isn't riding for you anymore. I don't want to say that the love has been lost. Like I said again, this person left their mark on you. It reminds me of Drake. What is that song? Coming Home or Going Home or something like that. It's been so long, where he says, you left your mark on me. I can't get over you. You left your mark on me. I want your high loving emotions endlessly. You know, this person left an energetic hook in you. But so did you with this person. And the fire has certainly burned down. But it has not been extinguished. And I still feel the fire. I still feel the passion. Even though it burnt down, it's still freaking intense. Like, people, do you know what someone would give to even experience this love for just a day? Okay? You and this person got a chance to experience this every day with one another. But you broke away. because you felt like there was something that you were missing outside of self. You were looking for love in all the wrong places because you failed to look within. And so the very person that loved you more than those that have come and professed their love and have hidden motives under the guise of the words, I love you, you sacrificed yourself for these people and believe in the lie. And you rejected the truth because it didn't come in the package in the form in which you thought love would. That's the reason why it's called a gift. Because gifts don't always come in a pretty bow and the packages that we want them wrapped in. It's not about what's on the outside. It's about what's in the inside. And for some of you, I feel like your package with the divine feminine was an extravagant one. It was even more than what you anticipated, but you couldn't handle it because you were not ready. And I believe that you have now come to your senses about what you are willing to sacrifice as opposed to what you're not willing to sacrifice. Not everything, or should I say every person, can be replaced. There are some people that are just irreplaceable. There may be many, many women that you may find. There may be many, many women that you may come across. But after her, there is no upgrade. And you know it. And you're now feeling that. And I have come to the conclusion of your beautiful reading. If you would like to join me on the other side of this, just to see how things are going to come together, I'll be waiting. In the meantime, in between time, it is a good karma to like, share, comment, subscribe, leave a love donation if you feel inclined to, or you can purchase a gift from my wish list on Amazon, and it will appear on the channel. I now wrap you in my love, and I cloak you with the light of Christ consciousness, and so it is, everyone. Namaste.